That's not noise. It's direction. Disciplined investors, collectors, even first-time while the headlines chase another tick, the doors tell the truth. Bond markets are strained. Currency's restless. That's not noise. It's direction. Disciplined investors, collectors, even first-time while the headlines chase another tick, the doors tell the truth. Bond markets are strained. Currency's restless. That's not noise. It's direction. Disciplined investors, collectors, even first-time while the headlines chase another tick, the doors tell the truth. Bond markets are strained. Currency's restless. That's not noise.
I wake up trying to heal my soul. Money on my mind, but I still won't grow. They was sleeping on me, now they watch me glow. I done leveled through the pain, now I'm in my zone.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Welcome.
I wake up locking, can't waste no day. Turn pain into power, I don't pay my way. They try to block light, but I still found rays. Now I'm built for the storm, can't be moved no way.
Welcome everybody. Welcome. This is a B Talk Media production. I am your investment sniper. I'm here to give you your investment news about what's going on and what you can use. Today I got my guest investment guy and Miss June Rose on the panel. How y'all doing today?
Man, I'm feeling so good about these investments. What about you, Miss June Rose?
Man, good.
Yeah, it seems like the DOJ has been doing their job for us for a minute. Seems like these precious metals have been going up just out the sky right now. I don't know what in the world has happened. Well, I ain't gonna say don't know what in the world because we know as different events in the world occur, it causes commodities to go up and go down. So right now, we see that it's a big push on that silver. Silver is now the second hottest commodity, hard commodity behind gold.
What?
Have
Behind
y'all
gold?
seen that? Have y'all seen that?
I
Have
see
y'all seen that?
Have the people seen it.
Man, silver right now is at a whopping $95.64. Gold is at a $4,775.50. And then for those that pay attention to the sleeper creeper, I'm gonna tell you now that copper is at 581.
What? Can we see that?
In fact, why certainly I'll share that with you so then that way they can know. This is it's one of those, hey, believe it when you see it. You don't have to act like I'm the only one that knows. I'm gonna share so then that way you get that 100% validity and solidity. Here we go. Gold, $4,775.50. It's up $91.55 today. Silver, $95.64. It's up 62 cents today. Platinum, $2,459.30. It's up $69.40. If somebody ain't paying attention to these hard commodities, I don't know who is. Because then you got palladium sitting over here at $1,889.45. It's up $28.50. Now here's the big one right here. The Big Daddy Rhodium, 10,000. Did you hear that? 10,000. I'm gonna pause one time. $10,350 for 1 ounce of rhodium. And as I said, the sleeper creeper copper is standing at $5.81 per pound.
It is.
Now, did y'all catch that? MB, did you? I mean, money investment guy, did you catch that?
I caught that like a showstop and baseball right now, like I'm on the Dodgers or something. I hope these people is catching all of the nuggets that is coming towards them.
I hope so, because That's what it is right there when you start looking at them commodities. Everybody say, well, I got a couple $100. I got a couple $1,000 in my pocket. I could throw that up in the air. Well, I want you to understand in a minute, them dollars you got will be worth nothing except the paper that is printed on.
Man.
The paper that is being printed on. There's so much going on in the world when it comes to digital currencies, when it comes to paper money. They already said paper money is coming to an end. The old school banking is coming to an end. So when you used to write out them contracts, oh no, that's coming to an end. Welcome, callers. Callers are always welcome to the panel. So I tell you, if you really want to put your money in somewhere, go ahead and start looking at your investments. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what they got to say about the DOJ on the federal probe into the reserve. So we do have a good little article here because what happened is the DOJ started doing a job. The U.S. Department of Justice has launched a federal probe into the Federal Reserve after the central bank failed to respond to a DOJ outreach regarding a non-criminal investigation. Non-criminal tied to its $2.5 billion headquarters renovation and past congressional testimony. Fed Jerome Powell publicly characterized the subpoenas as a threat to the Federal Reserve's independence. So, investment guy, what do you have to say about that?
I say this. They always probing into something. The DOJ always look for something. So if something in there, oh yeah, they gonna find it. And you want to be on the right side of the market when they find anything. If you already got your investments now, when it come time for a lot of people going to go rush and go buy, that's when the price rise, super skyrocket. So just by them doing this investigation, can you imagine what can happen in the next month, couple of weeks? We don't know. But the message, look, the message is out there.
The message is being sent clear for all those that ain't paying attention, that should be paying attention. I hope y'all catch it because they telling you now they digging into the Federal Reserve. Those that know, the Federal Reserve is technically a private business.
Yes, sir.
For those that didn't know, the Federal Reserve is a private business. Just to give y'all a heads up. So that means the business is having their books reviewed. That's why it's non-criminal. Non-criminal. Remember that. They said it was a non-criminal probe. Okay? And so now, what does that give us? That tells us that initially they sent an informal email in December seeking to process or to discuss the Fed's renovation project and Powell's testimony. But the Fed did not reply, prompting the subpoenas. Powell has hired outside counsel amid mounting political pressure, and the FBI is reportedly not involved in the inquiry. Once again, not involved in the inquiry. The focus of the subpoenas relates to contradictions over cost and details of the headquarters renovation as presented to the Senate Banking Committee. Critics, including President Trump and some GOP lawmakers, have highlighted the renovation's price and raised broader questions about central bank oversight. So with that happening, they're saying that for the most part, even the president had to question what's going on with the oversight of the federal banking. Now, we know our president does some real gangster stuff.
Yes, he does.
Real gangster. Real gangster. But when he say we need to look into something that's going on into the feds, I mean, that makes you start to wonder who's really the bigger criminal. If one gangster is saying look into the other gangster, and then we ain't gonna let you use the Federal Bureau of Investigation to do it because that's a federal company investigating another federal company, correct?
Correct. Come on
So
now.
that's why.
That's like
Go ahead.
one company throwing salt on another company, all because that other company got more salt.
We can't keep kicking up dust, can't kicking up dirt. We can't kick dirt on each other and expect to be clean. You can't say I got clean hands if you throwing dirt.
True.
So now that right there, even though the DOJ is another governmental facility, it does open up to the fact that that's kind of independent from the federal side of it.
True.
Because now that's the Department of Justice, not one of the federal bureaus or the federal offices. They're not getting a federal task force, nothing to that nature.
Yeah.
Nothing to that nature. So I think with that happening and, the Venezuelan stuff going on and that Greenland issue that's happening, that's giving us different signals to monitor the market signals.
True.
For new investors, collectors, and new buyers, I'm telling you, monitor the market signals, diversify your portfolio, and stay informed. Those are three things that you can do to make sure that you don't have a financial collapse within your family.
Man, never have hard times.
Because once you do those three things, you watch the markets, you watch what's happening in your local grocery stores, in your local banks, and things of that nature, and then you start to broaden that spectrum from just within your city and your area to the state to the United States, and then you start seeing why you got these countries having issues also with other countries because it's about resources.
True.
Resources is one of the biggest things. Another thing I want to talk about is that rise, that quick rise. Did y'all notice the rise over the last year alone?
Oh, I did. It went from 42 cents up to where it's at to present. At the beginning of last year, it was not where it's at today. It was not where it's at. It was at 42 cents, I believe.
What was that 42 cents? A year ago,
it was
silver
30
was at $30.56 on January 30th or January 20th, 2025. Silver was at $30.56. So 1 year ago, if you'd have got in, you would now be at least almost 3 times your initial investment. That's 300% return. That's a 300% return. I'm going to show that again right there. $30.56. So you would have had 300 and let's see, 30 times 3. We know that's 90. But now we're going to take that 56 and throw that times 3. That's 8 carry to 1. 6 1. That's $91 and 68 cents. So that means you had a improvement in your investment of $61.12.
Yeah.
200, at least to 200%. Because 300 because you got your initial investment back, plus you got 2 times over that.
2 times.
So that's 300%. 300% return. 300% return in 1 year. Now, yes, some people might say, well, it's not going to always happen that way. We understand that. But guess what? If you don't start somewhere, you won't get started. They say, how can I get started? You see the site that's sitting up there? They allow you to go ahead and purchase whatever you want, from 1 ounce to grams to, in whatever type of commodity you want. So that's just a shout out to Money Metals, just to let you know, get your heads up, get your silver. Shout out to Money Metals. Make sure that you check the links below. So then that way you can go ahead, use the link. And by using the link, you go ahead and get not only yourself a discount, but you support the channel. Support the channel. Because if this is good information for you, support the channel.
Man,
Because everybody need their issue.
yeah, that was like the rollout information for them. They needed that. They have no clue. If they need to start now. Start somewhere. It's never too late. It's never too late. You can't think of right now. You got to think of your future 1, 3, 5 years. Where you want to be at in the next 5 years. You can retire yourself, or you can work for 30 years, 35 years for some other company, and then let your retirement plan through them dictate on how much you can do after you retire. Or invest now, control your own flow, control your own destiny, and now you're able to live freely, go anywhere you want, and just live life. Bless your kids. You don't gotta worry. It's about breaking that generational curse.
And see, just to give you another heads up, I want to show you that silver is one of the best markets, but what I'll do is, yeah, silver is one of the best markets, but I'm gonna take you over to another one. Before I do that, I'm gonna show you another slow creeping commodity that's done its job over the last year.
Slow creepers.
And here we go right here. Here we go right here. A year ago. What was it a year ago? We said it was at 27 cents for copper.
Per ounce.
27 cents. And now it is where? This is per ounce. 37 cents per ounce. So that's a 10 cents per ounce jump in a year. Some people may say that's not really enough for me. Well, guess what? When you think about having that in bulk, all them pennies you had that they just took off the market, if you were to get 34 pounds of pennies, that would cost you just about $300. So when you think about that, how many pennies do you have just sitting around? That might be $300 you got sitting around. Look at that per pound, 581 per pound. Go ahead, grab that penny jar, the grandma's old water jar,
And
the water jug.
that's like the compound pressing of a dime instead of a penny. Because even though it only went up 10 cents, how many ounces is in a pound? You get it?
16 ounces in a pound.
So it's the compound pressing to watch your money go up. So the more you buy, the more you invest, you watch your percentage goes up. You watch how fast it goes up. It might not be big as you thinking, a big jump, but it's going to jump. You're not gonna lose. And right
No,
now,
not at all.
and right now, people got to think about the tech world. Everything is going to AI. Everything is going to computers. Everything is going to robotics, cars driving themselves, and all this type of stuff. Now, by that happening, that means they need more copper, more silver, more gold that goes inside of all these systems. And what that do for anybody who invested, it drives them 10 cents. It's now going up faster and faster. So where do you think the tech world is going to be at in the next 4 years by 2030?
That's a good question. That is a good question because at the same time, now you get to see why silver is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Silver now ranks as the second most valuable asset in the world.
Man.
Did you hear that? In the world, yo. In the world. So I want you to now understand why silver has become the second commodity, highest commodity in the world. Because silver has an extraordinary rally this year of 148% in 2025. Did you
Mm.
catch that? 148%. And we just discussed that last year. $90 per ounce. The second most valuable asset globally by market value capitalization behind only gold. The reason for that is because silver's market cap is estimated at approximately 5.35 trillion. With the T, yo, trillion, making it the second largest asset worldwide. It now ranks ahead of major tech giants like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet in total. In total. So that right there alone lets you know. And what's driving the rally? Persistent shortage. Silver has been in a deficit for at least 4 straight years. So that means when you make your orders on your silver, you better go ahead and get it in. When you see it, you get it. Because if not, you're going to miss it. Then
Man.
strong investment demand, record level inflows into silver backed ETFs, electronic transfer funds reflect high investor interest. Do you realize what that means?
Those are iShares, right?
Yes, they would be iShares. iShares. That means now instead of you having that physical in front of you, now you got to go ahead and get that silver that's sitting right online. You see this? That's showing you the market right now. iShares is what your NTFs are. And so, with the ongoing demand from technology, renewable energy, and electronics support silver's physical demand. Anytime you pick up that cell phone, that TV, that monitor, whatever you watching me on right now, it has silver in it. It has copper. It has gold. Everything you pretty much want to touch that has a physical hard body has some type of electro uh, element in it. It has
Yeah.
some type of metal in it. There's far more paper silver than physical metal.
Mm.
Ooh, did you catch
Mm.
that? There's far more paper silver than physical metal. So about 356 paper ounces for every physical ounce. This imbalance may contribute to volatility and speculative dynamics. So for those that don't know, what that's saying is they're going to go ahead and take all that digital currency that you have out there and start to fractionalize bank that. You heard it here first. They're going to fractionalize bank that.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to take you from a whole, mm, whole ounce to what they just say, 356 pounds or 356 ounces of
Man,
paper,
yeah, that
356 paper ounces. That says
that's
a lot.
crazy.
That says a lot, because now that means that silver is going to become so much of a commodity that is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the investment guy give you a little bit of something for a moment while I take a small break.
Ah, the investment guy. Well, he did take me off stage, even though I'm still here. What's up with y'all? So it's all about getting in early. Getting in early. A lot of people feel like they messed up. A lot of people think that they missed the boat. They never too late to miss the ship. People want to know how to invest, where to invest, when to start. The best time to start is now. The best way of learning is through firsthand experience. A lot of people are afraid of taking loss. They're afraid of taking loss. A lot of people is not risk takers. I don't like to gamble myself, but I don't want to be left behind. I do know that if you have something lined up, such as a hard asset, and you got a plan for the next 20 years, 30 years for your children, your grandchildren, that's where the real growth come in at. You might not see it in your time, but guaranteed, when your kids and your grandkids come around, the silver will be like where gold is. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine right now having 100 ounces of silver, and when your kid have a baby, those ounces are worth 5,000 per ounce, and you got 100 of them? You see how just making a little adjustment now, it changed your future later.
Mm-hmm.
So people got to be willing to sacrifice now. Sacrifice them Jordans. Sacrifice going to the club. Sacrifice getting 2 or 3 extra pairs of shoes, coats, all this extra stuff. I know we need it, but we don't need extra. It's only 7 days in a week. I know millionaires and billionaires that got a whole closet of white t-shirts and blue jeans and black jeans. That's all they have. And they probably only have 2 pair each, like two, enough to fill up the week or the month. But they all look the same. So a person that really got money, they don't wear it on them. They don't really look like money. Those that don't have money want to look like it so they can impress somebody. When you really have money, you ain't trying to impress nobody. The only person you trying to impress is that bank account or your trust account, should I say. Everything should be in the trust. You don't want to get sued. You don't want to get into a position to where somebody come after you personally and all your assets is wrapped up under you. Because now they can go after that. But if it's in a trust, everything you do, everything you have, all of your silver is in the trust, your copper's in the trust, your gold is in the trust, and insured and protected. So that's why they say control everything and own nothing. People used to say that when we were younger and we didn't catch it. But now that we a little older, we catching it and we able to give the game back to you guys that's watching, to our kids, our grandkids. Anybody that ever come and watch these videos in the future. they can never say that we didn't give them the right way. We didn't give them the right way. They got it. You just got to follow through. What you got going up there, investment sniper?
Hey, I was trying to see about getting this, just platformed on here properly, but it seems like my layouts are kind of not what I wanted them to be originally, so it wasn't working like I was trying to get us back grouped because I wanted to second that motion on what you were saying about
Mhm.
um everybody putting their families in place
Mhm.
because yeah, that right there is a crazy thing. Most people don't think, let me put my family in place right now. They would rather just say, you know what, I'll go ahead and let that be the reason that people just have a
Well, I
messed
was
up.
gonna bounce off of that also because they try to when it comes to like life insurance and stuff. They think, okay, let's hurry up and try to get some life insurance. But what about those people who can't constantly keep a job to pay for that life insurance? But you can always go ahead and buy some silver, gold, or copper and let it sit and make its money and not have to worry about losing that until when time comes. Now they have that asset to go ahead and take care of business, financial needs, and everything else instead of worrying about that life insurance.
Mm, that
Definitely, definitely. Now that's another one of those. Who
life
didn't catch that one? Who
because
didn't
they
catch?
insurance they drill that down our throat. Life insurance, life
Hmm.
insurance. But if you fail one payment, two payments, three payments, it's wiped away. And
Oh,
then
and they get theirs off top. Any payment you make, they get some of that in their pocket also. Instead of going ahead and invest in something that's going to your pockets, only your pockets and your family's.
so yeah, definitely want to invest in some assets, something that you got tangible. You can put in a lock box, a private safety deposit box.
Hmm.
You can put it in your safe at home. Put
You
it in your
control it.
house.
You
Something that you,
control it
yeah.
instead of having somebody else control it and getting rich off of your stuff, your payments.
You right off of that one. Definitely. And we see as you get your commodities, it don't matter what it is. They just showed you what's getting ready to happen in the tech world. For those that don't realize, the tech stuff is going to be what propels everything else forward. And so you do want to have your tangible hard currencies. You do want to have your life insurance paper policies and things of that nature. So because think about it. If one of the grandparents or one of the uncles, one of the aunts, somebody dies and you have them insured, you take that, whatever you get from them, and drop it into a tangible currency, a tangible asset, I'll say, into a silver or gold or copper investment. And so, say even if you get $5,000, that $5,000 in a couple of years would be worth more than when you got that $5,000 and just tossed it to the side, spending it on bills and the glamorous life. It's time to change our mindset, change our mentality of what's going on. In every good book, it says a good man slash woman leaves their children's children an inheritance. So, to give the simple translation of that, if you got kids, once your kids get grown and start having kids, the things that you have is left for your grandkids. That's how you build your generational wealth because your kids, they've already had their opportunity to get as far as they needed to go. Once you start having grandkids, now it's not about the child, it's about the grandchild. And not every parent is the best parent. So if you know you have a child that's struggling at being a parent, then you know you have to have that safety net for your grandbaby. That's what that is. That's that safety net. That's when you set up your trust. You set up your life insurance, your medical insurance. your dental insurance, vision, all of that. Get it covered, whether you pull them in under your job or you pull them in under your policy. But you start to have them grandbabies taken care of so that when things happen to you, guess what? The grandbabies are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much about your children because they got the opportunity. But our grandparents, 9 times out of 10 from our generations, our grandparents didn't pass that forward to teach that and instill us in the ability to start saving funds for our generations to come. We need to teach them now as we learn. We are generation one. They say beware of the seventh generation because, like the saying says, Grandpa walked, great grandpa walked, Grandpa rode a horse, Pops might have actually had a wagon, his son had a car, his son had a better car, or no, his son had a bike. I apologize, his son had a bike. His son now had a car. That next grandfather had a fancier car. And by the time you get to the fancy car, if he don't teach his kids about investing, they'll be so far with their heads in the cloud that they'll become the grandparent that walks. And you start all over again. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and you teach these things to your grandkids, especially the one that you feel is going to be able to guide the rest of them through this. Because he might be the key, she might be the key. Once they become that key, you have to make sure that it fits all the locks that it's supposed to. It becomes a master key. We have taken a long time to figure out how to start to invest for ourselves because a lot of our parents didn't know how to invest, but they were just told to do so. It doesn't matter what generation. The rule book has changed. The government is not here to help everybody. You have to help yourself. That's one of the biggest things. We have to get out of the the feeling that we have to get out of the feeling that we are owed something. That's it. We just have to get out of that feeling of we are owed something. What happened to it?
Where do we go?
That's what I'm looking for. There we go.
All of a sudden, we just disappeared, man. Like, hey.
Hey, because they're not owed nothing, but they're given the information. Why? So then that way, hey, if you hear get it, you know you're gonna know how to change your family's life. On the next episode of the investment sniper, we're gonna talk about opening up investment accounts. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about opening up investment accounts. It don't matter if it's gonna be whatever investment account you have or you think of. Open that account. We're gonna talk about that so that we can start getting you guys, in a position to where you're not feeling like you're getting information but you can't use it. No, we're gonna walk you through it. I got a challenge coming up. This challenge starts February 1st, 2026. I challenge everyone to come and learn how to open up their investment accounts, invest at least $20 a week in yourself, and watch it grow for the 28 days of February. That's going to be the challenge, the 28-day investment challenge, starting February 1st. So I want you guys to know that this is going to be one of the most informative investment shows from the hood to being crypto good. Silver and gold is what the road is paved of. I'm letting you know. If you want to get your good investment game, you can come right over here to the Investment Sniper. And with that, I would like to say thank you to my guy, one of my best friends, my brother in investments and all, my sister in investments and all, Mr. Investment Guy and Miss June Rose. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out.
Yes, yes.
It's always a pleasure.
All right. And I want you guys to go ahead, subscribe, comment, like, share this out to all of your friends everywhere. And don't forget, the Investment Guy is where you're going to get your good information from to get your family out of that generational curse and into that generational purse. And with that being,
Yeah, wake up, no luck, this grind divine. Stack my wins, can't waste no time. They were sleeping on the kid, now I'm headline shine. Tell them wake up, it's my time to climb. Wake up, it's my time to climb. Hit that button, 1 million subscribed. I wake up trying to heal my soul. Money on my mind, but I still won't grow. They was sleeping on me, now they watch me glow. I done leveled through the pain, now I'm in my zone. Wake my soul. Yeah, wake my soul. I wake up locking, can't waste no day. Turn pain into power, I don't pay my way. They try to block light, but I still found rays. Now I'm built for the storm.